Zankyou, No Terror, episode 2 is possibly my favorite series. Oh my god, man, I just watched episode 2. Oh shit, man, like honestly, man, this series is possibly the best so far. Like when I watched Tokyo.The, I was like, holy shit, I'm impressed. I watched the comic got key, I was like, holy shit, I am so impressed. I hadn't even heard of this, and I watched it, and I was just like, okay, let me see what happens next. Now I see what's happening next. I'm just like, I mean, honestly, I haven't seen a series that was just that intense to me, I swear to God, since Code.The, if y'all can see that poster. Oh, man. The episode starts off, and we see the aftermath of the building that they blew up, and that place is just completely fucking decimated. It is complete shit. Jesus Christ, this anime is so fucking awesome, man. Then the police force, all of the police force, Division 1 and all the other divisions meet up with each other to discuss exactly what's going on, and they talk about various things that have happened, and they make various references to how the bombs weren't regular bombs. Okay, this was a perfect example. Okay, y'all remember in Breaking Bad, y'all ever seen Breaking Bad, when Walter and Jesse had to steal that, what that shit was called, methamphetamine or some shit, that shit in that big drum that they had to steal to keep making meth. When Walt put all that shit inside of that fucking thing and put it on the lock and lit it on fire and just blew the door up. That's essentially what that was. Because they kept saying that the pillars in this building were like super pillars. They were like 4 times as thick as like regular pillars. So whatever this was, this concoction that was made, it melted it. It was like 3,000 degrees Celsius and it just completely melted it. You know, so I was just like, wow, that was fucking amazing. And then the guy says that there were some letters left on one of the TNT bombs, and it was VON. And the director, I think his name was Hirasashi or something like that. Let me remember what his name was. I'm sorry. It was. It was. Now let go of the shit. Grab onto the other shit. Now where are we going? Where are we going with this? Okay, it doesn't say on the fucking website, so there we go. But yeah, his name was Hero something, like I can't remember, but the look on on that guy's face, he like the director, the chief or whatever. The look on his face, he was utterly frightened. So this VON, whatever this organization group territory is some serious shit. It is some serious shit. And then we get some back and forth dialogue with 9 and 12. Honestly, man, 9 is a more complex character than I thought, because 12, his personality is just right there in the open. It's just right there in the open. You know what I'm saying? Like 12 is just, he's just there. You know what I'm saying? He's a happy-go-lucky, always smiling type of kid, but at the same time, he's a ruthless killer. Like, it's just there. He wears it all the time. He smiles and he tells people he'll kill them without a moment's notice. It's there. But 9 is a more complex individual, because 9 asks 12 about Lisa, and he says, 12 says, were you worried about her? And then 9 was just like, well, nah, I don't think that she has the guts to tell on us, so I'm not worried about her then. And then 12 says, why did you call her an accomplice when you were talking to her on the phone? And 9 was just like, I was just saying that so that she would feel involved and be afraid. You know what I'm saying? So that she wouldn't rat us out, but she would be too afraid to be looked at as an accomplice, because she did escape the building and shit. And then 12 was like, is that the only reason? So I'm just kind of like, okay, 9 is more complex. 12 can read them, but 9 is a more complex character. So I was just like, wow. And speaking of Lisa, that bitch's mama is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I mean, she is crazy as fuck. You see, I put the emphasis on the word fuck. She was crazy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I think she had some emotional damage because her husband left her, because that's what she said. Oh, you gonna run away from me too, like your father did. So she had some emotional damage, but it's to the point of like obsessive possession. Like, she wants to talk to Lisa all the time. She's like, I text you, you didn't respond back. You have to constantly tell me where you are. You know what I'm saying? You have to be in my presence all the time. It is sick. It is a sick, complete possession, man. That was just weird to see. I was just like, whoa. No wonder this girl don't want to go home and she ignored all them texts, because that shit was crazy, right? But 9 delivers a bomb to the police station under the guise of it being food from a local ramen shop that was supposed to be delivered. It was in a case and everything, and he was carrying it, riding a bike like he was a messenger carrying it. And he set up a bunch of different cameras or whatever inside of the police station, and he put the bomb in there, and he set up a camera right there where the bomb was. And they also left another video or whatever. It's funny because when I watch the videos of them, they act goofy as shit. Like, it was like, hi. Like, it was funny to me. I was just, I don't know why, because even 9 was kind of getting into it. He was like, oh, but wait, you know what I'm saying? I was just kind of like, whoa, what the hell going on? Like, it's just funny to see. Especially 12, because 12 is like, hi. Ohio. It just sounds so funny to me. Like, that was funny shit to me. But they sent another message, and they just like, hey, we got a riddle for y'all, whatever. You know, you find us, if you solve the riddle, then the bomb's yours. You can have them or whatever. But the riddle was what I think is what starts on 4 legs, then 2, then 3, something like that. 4, 2, 3 is what they thought. You know what I'm saying? And it was referring to Oedipus. But yeah, it makes references to Oedipus Rex. Yeah, I read that before, Oedipus the king. And in the story, Oedipus, you know, his father was given a prophecy that his son would kill him. And so he had his son, like, he thought he had him killed or whatever, but Oedipus survived, and then Oedipus rose up later on to become a powerful force, and he kills his father and marries the king's wife, who he didn't know was his mother, and he had kids with her and all that shit. And when he found all that out, he gouged his own eyes out and exiled himself so that, you know, he could pay for his sins and all that type of stuff. But that's what the riddle and their group name Sphinx makes a reference to, because the Sphinx in the story was this creature who asked riddles to Oedipus or whatever, like during his journeys, and if you answered it wrong, it would eat you. But the detective, the guy who works in the what's he work in the records division, his name was Shibasaki. He calls the director. He's just like, hey, y'all might be thinking that it has something to do with the human answer or whatever, but it doesn't. It has to do with this, and he reworded it. Like, it wasn't, you know, it wasn't 4, 2, 3. It was 2, 4, 3, which corresponded to the police station in Roppongi or whatever, because all the police had left to go to the DNA building that they thought where the bombs were or whatever, but that wasn't the case. All the bombs were at the police station, and it blew up. You know what I'm saying? They got there too late and it blew up. And another side thing though was that 12 ran into Lisa in like a manga cafe or something. I think it was a manga cafe. And then she was like, "You keeping tabs on me?" And then he was just kind of like, yeah. And he was just like, "Check this out." And he was like, "You get half cola, half green tea, and it really pops when you add this." And he put a Mentos in there, and it fizzed up and blew up and stuff. You know, and he was just like, "It's funny, you know, Mentos green tea thing or whatever." And he ran out, and she runs after him, and she chases him and all that type of stuff. And she sees him in the city, and he was just like, "You're an accomplice, but you're not one of us. You know, if you slip up or you do something, I'll kill you." And I was just like, whoa, this motherfucker's serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude's serious. But back to the police station blowing up. They were like, "This is a direct challenge to the police," and blah, 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 blah. You know, and the director was talking to Shibasaki on the phone. He was like, listen, Shibasaki, this is strictly confidential, okay? The first group of terrorists, the first, I'm sorry, I was watching that video. He was like, the first bombing that happened or whatever, there were letters on the thing, and it was VON, that same group. And then he was like, it seems like these guys are serious about taking on this country. You know, they're serious about taking on this country. And I was just like, oh, okay. And the look on Shibasaki's face, he started to sweat. He was like, oh shit. And the director was like, hey, please come back. Come back to the force or whatever. Come back to this division or whatever, man, because we seriously need you. So I'm assuming that Shibasaki had something to do with the first meeting of this VON situation. I don't know. But, man, this shit was intense. And then it ended with Nine, like, looking at his computer monitor like this. You know what I'm saying? And he said something like, I'm waiting, or something like that. Or he just looked at his computer screen with just a look of anticipation, just like, yeah, come on, hurry up. Go ahead and get there. I'm waiting. And I was just like, holy shit. So I wonder if he is waiting on Shibasaki. You know what I'm saying? Because, oh, man, this series is intense as shit, though, man. Like, I'm loving it. I am loving it. And first of all, it is beautiful. Shout out to Bruce Almighty. It is beautiful. This is a beautiful, beautiful anime. Beautiful anime. It is beautiful. I love the choice of music in the background. I love the animation of the backgrounds and the scenery and everything. The looks on the people's faces when that building blew up and they were running. That shit looked real. It all looked real. But now this plot line, I am just like, what the fuck is going on? I am so interested into like finding out what's happening that it's really fucking me up. Because I really do want to know. I'm just like, wow, this is ridiculous. What is happening right now? What is going on? But that is awesome because it's been a long time since I was just like, ooh, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? I got to know what happens next. It's been a long time since I felt that way, man. Well, not that long because I felt that way about Golden Time, but Golden Time been off for a while, and that was a romance. It's been that long since I felt that way about anything that had to do with action. Let me put it that way. But that was Zankyou, episode 2. Let me know what you think about it, man. If you're a fan of the series, man, please watch it. This is becoming my favorite series of all time. I love the psychological thriller animes, man. So let me know what you think about it, though, man. Vasher Stampede, gone.